Brother DL is that I listened to DL Hughley. I listened to Steve Harvey. I used to listen to Michael Basin, the one that was so popular at the time when those children got into difficulty at that school in Louisiana or somewhere down there. And I listened to the brother up there, Michael Evans in Memphis. He and Stoney, and there's a brother on that program named Earl. But getting back to D.L. Hughley, I listened to D.L. and I tried to get to D.L. when I was out in California the last time. I wanted to get to his station because I wanted to walk in the station and let him know something that was on my mind that I needed his help with. But one day when I was traveling to Memphis, because that's how I entertain myself whenever I travel a lot. And when I'm in my car, I listen to what feeds me cultural information.
Talk radio.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
And I listened to it. And DL was on that particular day. And DL was hot around the collar because of something that he had heard himself. And I don't know how much information that he had about it, but he did say this. He said that it's possible with the medical knowledge that the oppressor doctors have, and I say oppressor doctors because anybody that's evil enough to take a part out of your vaginal area so you can't have any babies against your will whenever you go in for a check and they're doing something. That was going on with some of our women, and they didn't even know about it. They didn't have authority to do it, but they went on and did it, yeah, what they were doing. So anyway, it had to do with the same thing. DL said that this information that it came into his hand, and he was putting it out there, that it was possible that a doctor can do something to the woman's body and the baby's body that's in her womb that turns that baby against the body of the system that he's in, and turn that system against him and kill the both of them in the birth of that child before the child come out alive and before the woman get up off the bed where she birthed the child. And when I heard that, I mean, it was like somebody hit me upside the head with a sledgehammer, and think that they're going to walk away after they knock a goddamn knot on my head the side of a mountain.
Okay.
You know, because that's the way I felt about it. And every time something like that happens, what's in my mind is that one of these beautiful children that I have that are great-grandchildren of mine now, for my children are out there, my granddaughters, great-granddaughters, and all of that, they're out there birthing children. They're still having babies. That's the same as if their great-grandmother and I were still making babies and we having babies. This kind of, it strikes me the same way. That's the way it was when I was in Vietnam and saw all of the innocent children being killed because of the war machine that we have over there. I like to lost my mind. Yes. And when I prayed to the priest, I asked the priest to help me. The priest want to tell me, don't try to hold the war machine responsible for nothing because of my sinful nature. And I said, what? I got up off my knees and walked outside and looked up in the sky and told all of God, listen, I don't need no interpreter between my prayers coming to you. I want this one to come straight to you. And I know you hear it.
So you're saying you're in agreement with what D.L. Hughley spoke on, and you would like to have a conversation with him to speak more in depth on it.
No, that isn't what I'm saying. What I am saying is that D.L. would not put that out there. I know D.L., from days back. I don't know him as a friend or anything like that, but he come out of California, okay? And it's just like Ice Cube and the rest of them, I mean, I knew them when they were young men. I mean, I knew I had somebody in my family was with them, you know what I mean? So I knew them. I knew them when they would bring the girls and go to one of the house, when the parents was gone.
Okay, you knew him. You knew him.
I'm telling you, I knew them.
Okay.
I knew them. And they're just like sons of mine. Spiritual sons.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, when DL dropped that, here's what I said. I said, I didn't want DL to walk away from that. I wanted he and Steve Harvey, why couldn't the two of them get together and say, what are we going to do about what Brother DL said? What are we going to do about it? Well, here's what do about it mean to me. There's a hospital right here in my Bayou, Mississippi. That hospital is closed up. That hospital is locked up because two black women that have the same system in them that God put in all of you sisters to be able to give us your blessing to make copies of ourselves and copies of you. God put that system in you. And as Brother Minister Farrakhan said, that's God's laboratory, your system here, and it's nothing to play with. So when I heard that, I wanted them to say, what are we going to do about it? I mean, put the problem on the black man's shoulder to do something about it. That's what I was talking about. And that's what I wanted to get over to DL. Is don't put nothing out like that and walk away from it. Put it out there and challenge me to do something about it.
Yes.
Because I can't get back to you for you to help me to do something about it. I need your voice. You're on there. The same way when I told the brother there, Michael in Memphis, his name is Evans like mine. I don't know if we related, but maybe his people came off the same plantation mine did. It was named Evans, and we all are named Evans. Plus the fact, all of the raping that went on our slave mothers, all of the cross raping, that the minute a child is born, they take that baby. That baby was worth $200 at the time each one of them was born. And you could start growing money off of that and wind up being a billionaire off of the foundation that we put under this nation. So you could make $1 billion. So please don't get me emotional about it. But anything you do to the black woman and the black child, you damn sure gonna get me emotional. Now the rest of the black men may not have heard that. Maybe they don't feel the way that I feel about it. But yesterday when I talked to a black man who was a 96-year-old World War II veteran,
Okay.
and I'm only 92. He'd been in 5 wars, I was only in 3.
Wow.
And I want everybody in the United States of America, I got to get in contact with Representative Karen Bass because I want that man to be given a plaque and I want it read in the U.S. House of Representatives. I want him recognized for his service.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else. I thought about the governor, but that ain't high enough. I want Karen Bass, who was in charge of the Black Caucus, I want her to know about it. So I got people getting to her to let her know that Dr. Evans is going to be calling you.
Soon and very soon about that. Okay.
But anyway, this thing about D.L. Hughley, and if D.L. knows that I'm trying to get in contact with him, he will respond. Because I tried to get an email through to him, but it didn't go through. I need DL to either make it possible for me to call him or for him to call me because I'm callable.
Well, we're going to put this out there and hopefully it'll get to him because I think this is something that needs to be spoken on, and the origin that it comes from, I believe, is your love of the black woman, your love of your own children, your love of your generations to come.
And my love of my God.
Of your God.
My love of my God.
Yes, sir.
My God did not create the black woman for this to be done to her, whether you have the technology to do it or not. And I know that there are evil people out there. I don't have a hating heart in my chest. And you don't have one either because God, the melanated God that created you, didn't put no hating heart in your chest. But that doesn't mean that you can do anything to us because if you think that our God ain't gonna ask you to account for it, you got another thought coming. I already know that. So I don't worry about what God is going to do because God handles his business. I stay in my lane. And my lane is to fight and fight any way I know how. But one thing I do know, and I will tell you, if you are trying to hurt me, if you're trying to hurt my child and my wife and what have you, You are an enemy of mine. I don't owe you any honesty. I will fight you any way I can. As Brother Malcolm said, by any means necessary to get the job done.
Yes, sir.
But I am not going to seek you out to hurt you or bother you or your family. But I can tell you right now, I want these good Americans, good white Americans, to find the rest of the good white Americans and stop being silent.
Yes, sir.
You can't be good and solid in the same thing and have me to believe it, because I don't.